Right. It was all this. It was very exciting, right? And then Oscar stuck his chin right out in front of this guy and let him unload. And Oscar took the punch straight on the chin like it was nothing, which I thought was great.
Yeah, Oscar showed technique over street fighting, Lee. Come on. That fight was over in, I think, 1 minute of the first round. I just love how Mayorga looked up at him when Oscar hit him with that left hook. Mayorga knew he had fucked up at that moment. But yeah, seriously, he loses. Vernon Forrest in 2003 beats him twice, Lee. Beats Andrew Sixhead Lewis, too. You know what? Mayorga, one of the first fighters ever to win 2 titles against undefeated fighters. True story there. So we think this dude's legit. Knocks them both out, too. Knocks out Andrew Sixhead Lewis in the 5th round. Turns around, unifies with Forrest, knocks him out in round 3. And I believe what was knockout of the year. But then loses the Spinks. Then loses the Trinidad. Then loses De La Hoya. Oh, Vargas, you loser. He beat Fernando. That's what resurrected his career, Lee. He beats Vargas, then loses to Mosley, Cotto, Mosley, and everyone else. Yep. Made a hell of a career off Vernon Forrest, though. Hey, Vargas, yeah, you suck. You suck. That must suck for Fernando, because that guy literally lost to everyone in the era, Lee, except you.
Yeah. Yeah, had I known, I would have booked that fight instead of the Danny thing. I mean, it's about the right time.
Yeah, exactly. No shit,
right?
Vargas
might have drawn a few more people than Danny. I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed this extended special edition of Fight Net Radio. I was originally thinking of splitting it into 2 shows because Andrew wrote a script that looked like it was going to take all day today. Man, that was a fucking script, Andrew. Jesus. Yes. 25 stories.
It was good. Good news this week.
If you guys ever want to see what all the stories are, just scroll down and you will see links to literally all the stories we just discussed. What you can do is go to the Fight Net Radio page, and there you will find links to every single one of our... I'm posting them right now as we speak on the Fight Net Radio page. You can go and find links to every single story that we talked about. Posting it for all you guys to get excited before it actually goes live. Let's see. Let me find a nice picture to post with it. I'll go with that one there. Publish. There you go. Box rack. There. Yeah, that's good. So now it's posted on the page. All you got to do is type in Fight Net Radio, and you can go and read all the full details. Give credit to Boxing Scene for all the information that we used on today's show. Our friend Steve Kim, of course, I talk a lot of shit. Did you see the largest living landmass last night on camera?
No, I didn't, Lee.
I always find it amazing that he's able to make the Las Vegas shows for a guy who lives on the East Coast. Oh, buffet, I gotta go. I always want to believe that he sounds like a big fat guy in real life. He doesn't. For those of you who know any... Do I just talk too much shit?
Yeah. I wonder if I'm ever getting into the Hall of Fame.
Right? I can't even understand why you guys don't think that I'm not getting... I didn't use any names this week. Did I? Should I use names?
No.
So for those of you who don't know inside jokes, Dan Rayfield is the fattest man in professional boxing.
Oh, my God.
After Lou Duva died, who was the fattest man in boxing?
He might be.
No, Lou Duva was the fattest man. Lou Duva was... like a ball. He looked like a beach ball for a while, and he was thick. He was like that thick beach bally shit. Now that Lou's dead, too soon to talk about Lou. Dan Rayfield took over the position of being the fattest guy, and not only that, Dan Rayfield is an asshole. For those of you who don't know anything about Dan Rayfield, he's a legitimate asshole. He's literally, he hates all other internet reporters. He literally looks down at all other internet or other broadcasters. He is a screaming hard-on of an asshole. And I'll tell you why. It's because he's a big, fat, bloated whale.
Lee, what the fuck?
Fat people are always unhappy, Andrew.
Oh my gosh! You don't know that.
Do you know fat people? Do you know legit fat people?
how do you know when they put that cake in their mouth or that sausage sandwich that they don't
And by
like
the way,
that?
let me tell you how much shit I'm talking. When Andrew and I go to Vegas to watch a fight, we're the first two at the buffet. We're pigs. I'm at the fattest I've ever been right now, and I'm cutting weight for my next tournament.
I'm trying to lose weight right now for the big day, Lee.
For the big day. Have you set? Is it official? Is there a day?
Oh yeah. It's moving over here. We haven't set yet, but we have been approved.
All
yes,
right, good.
sir.
That's very good. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm going to stream it live on the Fight Net Radio fan page.
That's what I'm setting up also, Lee. That will be done.
Let's talk about boxing for next week. Shit, it's already an hour 50 worth of show. Let's kick in a little bit more. On April 12th, that would be Thursday, ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes. Francisco Vargas is taking on Rod Salka. What does that mean in English? That means Golden Boy is going out to Palm Springs and putting on one of their cards.
Francisco Vargas Lee, contaminated meat. What is it? Victim of contaminated meat out of Mexico. Yes, sir.
So he's out of the fight.
No. He's back. He's back, but he was also caught with the contaminated meat out of Mexico one time.
Well, that's good. Is it exactly the same chemical?
Yeah, I think that's what this clenbuterol has been, that's what they're giving the cows, supposedly, right?
Outstanding. So there's two fights going off on ESPN2. Adir Shamalama Ding Dong, who is, Adir is actually one of the possible Triple G opponents, or was, but since he's not, Andrew Cancio, did I say his name? Andrew Cancio. So you get two 10-round fights on Thursday. On Friday, on Fox Sports, Jamal James is taking on Abel Ramos in Minneapolis. My wild guess, this is a PBC card because
sounds like
Edner Cherry is fighting.
Sounds like
Jesus
Christ,
definitely. Edner Cherry.
And then it's like,
who
are these guys? Exactly.
Man, that's wild. And then to round off your week...
Go ahead.
Saturday, April 14th on BN Sports Español, Sylvia Torres takes on Jessica Neri Plata for the WBA Interim Women's Strawweight They Look Like Dudes title.
Oh my God.
It says that. Looks like dudes title. I don't like it when they shave their head. I would rather they put all their hair up. It's just me.
Yeah.
Is it wrong that I think that they should be hot and box?
No, I think that's actually what was driving women's sport. I know it's wrong to say. I get that, but no, I think when the girls did soften up their look, the men were a little bit more into the fighting that was going on in the cage, not when girls are trying to look like boys. I'm sorry. Then the guys get turned off from that. Like, oh my God, she has a fade and her underarms aren't shaved. I'm not watching that.
When they got sprouts of hair popping out under their arms.
I hate.
Doug Rose actually has like a scruff of hair coming out under her arms. She's like a hippie.
I'm telling you, I think sometimes, I know I've done it. When there was a fight on, the girl's a good-looking girl, looks like, everything's cool. I would tell my daughter, hey, watch this. Look how she throws her right hand. But when the chick has underarm hair and a fade, I'm not telling my daughter, hey, come here, I want you to look like this girl, or I want you to fight like her. I'm sorry. I think that plays into effect in some of this women's fighting.
There you go.
I am an asshole.
Well, that'll do it. We've now gone an epic record of 2 hours for this show. That's a long-ass show, Andrew. I'm literally going to need to take a nap before WrestleMania.
It was worth it. This week was good to us. Bad for Canelo.
We got one good fight. Yeah, for sure.
For Canelo and McGregor. You know what?
Canelo and McGregor made the week.
Yeah, Mayweather ruined both of those guys. Mayweather ruined them both.
Oh, no. Mayweather's the best because he drops the biggest. Like, Mayweather doesn't have to topple a bus to make news. All he has to do is, yep, I'm going to fight MMA.
The world went crazy.
I literally could feel Dan Rayfield shudder. Like he vibrated from, like, press row when he got that news sent down to him.
He's a smart man.
Do
One of the smartest.
you think that Dan Rayfield has to go in between rounds and like eat food to keep the sugar level up?
Floyd Mayweather is so smart right now, Lee. He shouldn't give El Heyman all of that credit. I'm dead serious. The way Floyd has guided the last part of his career, this last 6 years, is just some genius business moves. The way he's continued to make his name hot. He's fought limited opposition and got paid the highest dollar. He's literally robbed the bank. I love how he told us that in the very beginning of this. The guy wasn't lying. He's robbed the bank every single time. The Canelo fight, a huge fight for his legacy. I thought that's what secured him as a junior middleweight all-time great. Not only did he beat Cotto and he beat De La Hoya, two legends of that division, you top it off with a young 22-year-old sensational, right? This is the next coming of boxing guy. You defeat him too convincingly. That was a 10-2, maybe 8-4 if you're stretching it for Canelo type victory for Floyd. Floyd's a genius. He's an absolute genius. I think this deal does get made. I think now all the eggs are in Floyd's basket, at least for a year. Maybe the UFC turns on him, Lee, when they get McGregor back and they want to get this back to a MMA type platform more than a striking platform where the UFC's been headed towards for a few years now. Maybe they turn on him at that point, but right now, they're calling him Mr. Mayweather in the UFC headquarters. You better believe that.
You know what? Dan Rayfield's so fat, he left the house in high heels, and when he came back, he had flip-flops.
You're so stupid.
Dan Rayfield's so fat that he went to the Super Bowl with a spoon. Dan Rayfield's so fat, he sued Xbox 360 for guessing his weight.
You're so stupid.
Alexa, don't get involved.
Hey, I know. She woke up. You woke her up. Please.
All right, let's ask her. Alexa, who's Dan Rayfield?
Dan A. Rayfield is an American politician who is a member of the Democratic Party.
Shit, and he's a Democrat, too.
Hey, no, you know what? That would have been awesome. That would have been like, oh, see, Lee, he won today if Alexa would have.
He really would have. That would have been the end of me.
Yep. I was like, uh-oh, she does know him. Lee, you just looked dumb. But like, Dan
Rayfield's so fat. Dan Rayfield's so fat, penguins are jealous of the way he waddles. Oh my God! I found a page with literally 300 year.
I think you did. Yes. Sir.
Oh my God! There's so many. It never gets like. There's so many that I want to cut and paste and replace she with he and mama with Dan Rayfield, and then post him to the Fight Net radio page.
Oh my God!
Dan Rayfield's so fat that his favorite childhood book is The Three Little Pigs in a Blanket. No.
You're terrible, dude. Why?
Dan Rayfield's so fat, his thighs have license plates. That's funny. Oh, Dan Rayfield's so fat, when he goes to In-N-Out, he couldn't get in or out. Oh my God, I might just keep this page just so I can end the show with Dan Rayfield. Dan Rayfield's so fat, he ate himself alive.
What?
Oh my God. Dan Rayfield's so fat he sweats bacon bits. Dude, there's so many, it's ridiculous. It's literally like I'm bookmarking the page so that I can do Dan Rayfield fat jokes.
There's no point, Lee.
Why? Everybody thinks I'm joking, but go back and watch the fight last night. You can see him eclipse the camera.
Oh my God.
Dan Rayfield is so fat, NASA just qualified him as a planet. Anything else?
Right. Nope, that is it, dude. 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's
Dan
time.
Rayfield's so fat that's
Jesus.
That's that. He just is. All right, everybody. That'll do it for this Fight Net Radio episode. Go to fightnetradio.com. Tell 5 of your friends. Get them to listen. I wouldn't make them listen to this episode because I'm sure